Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Happy 4th of July to all of you. I hope you have a safe and wonderful 4th. Enjoy watching all those fireworks. I don't know what we're doing yet. I was not able to afford fireworks this year, so my son and I will probably just sit out in the front yard and watch all the neighborhood fireworks. They usually put on a pretty good show. Lots of fireworks all around the neighborhood. And it's also fun watching the police and the helicopters chase down all the illegal ones that go up in the air. That'll be fun. Anyway, this is a new video for me, a different type, one that I've not done before. Well, that's not entirely true. I did try and attempt a similar video way back in the very beginning when I first started doing YouTube. Anyway, this is the first episode in a mini-series of somewhere between 3 and 5 videos. I don't know yet how long or how many videos there will be, but there shouldn't be any more than 5. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get on with the story. So, as many of you probably may know by now, I am single and in my 50s and loving it. I am very happy. I'm happy with my kids and the way they all turned out. I've been married and divorced 3 times, and after my 3rd divorce I decided I was done. I'm not getting married ever again. Too much trouble, too much headache, too much trauma, too much abuse, and I'm tired of it. I've lived through abuse most of my life, and I'm done. I'm perfectly happy living my life single. I have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. All 3 are from the same dad, my second husband. I have a 4th child who is not biologically mine. I call him my adopted son. He is actually a very close friend of my oldest son, and I took him under my wing when he was about 14 years old because of all the abuse and other BS that was going on in his own family's life. So, he came to me for help, and I took him in, and I tried to protect him as much as possible. I obviously couldn't keep him permanently because he's legally not mine, but he was at my house more than he was his own. Eventually, he disowned his mom, and he occasionally still talks to his dad. But all things considered, he turned out very well. He's a very smart, intelligent young man right now. I'm proud of him. My first marriage lasted only 2.5 years. He was a mama's boy, so I sent him back to his mama. I wasn't going to play that game. I don't play head games of any kind in a relationship. It's wrong, it's irresponsible, and it's just freaking outright childish. You know, if you're going to be in a relationship, act accordingly. You know, there's no reason to play head games. That marriage was not an abusive one. It's just that he wanted to be babied, and I wasn't going to do it. So I sent him back to his mommy so he could be babied by his mommy. I was married to my second husband for 10 years, my children's dad. I had to have him escorted out of the house by the police. It was a very, very bad marriage. And unfortunately, my kids had to see a lot of that, and so as a result, they have PTSD and trauma of their own from all of that. And not just from my marriage with their dad, but also PTSD and trauma from their dad and his new wife. There was a lot of abuse there by the stepmom. Unfortunately, the kids were always too afraid to call the police or do anything about it, so they had to live with it. My third husband, I was only married to for 3 years. Again, another really bad abusive marriage. And luckily, I, through the help of my 2 older children, saw what was going on and was able to get out of that relationship before any real serious damage happened. He did put me in the hospital, not because of abuse, but because he decided to cheat on me and brought home an STD. Such a lovely man. It hospitalized me for 3 days. It was a curable disease. Don't ask me what it was called because I could not tell you. All I know is that it started with a C, and that's it. My marriage to my second husband, I was a stay-at-home mom. From the time my oldest was born until our divorce, and then unfortunately I had to go back into the workforce. I didn't enjoy having to do that, but my kids understood, and so I went to Kmart and worked at Kmart for, I think, 2 years, maybe almost 3 years. Then I decided to get into cosmetology school, and I was doing cosmetology school and working at Kmart simultaneously, but that was becoming a challenge. I did meet my third husband on one of my breaks while I was working at Kmart. And so he was with me when I graduated from cosmetology school, and was also with me when I started doing cosmetology full-time, which includes hair and nails. After a year of working in a salon, my then husband decided that being a cosmetologist was not a real job, so I had to quit working there and go and work full-time at Walmart. He and I divorced in December of 2012, I believe. It was either 2012 or 2013. I don't remember now without looking at the paperwork, but roughly 4 months after our divorce, I started having really bad back pain. So I went to my doctor, and he told me I had to quit working. I didn't like that too much. I enjoyed working. I didn't enjoy spending the time away from my kids, but I tried to work during the time frame that they were in school, but Walmart's picky. I had closing shifts most of the time. So by the time my kids got home from school, they would stop by Walmart, check in with me, and then they would all head back home and do what they were supposed to do, supposedly, while I was at work. They were good kids. They fought, yes, but they were good kids. Anyway, I didn't like my doctor's opinion, so I decided to seek out a second opinion. Through my doctor's advice, actually, he told me, he actually gave me a referral for an actual back doctor, and he told me the same thing. He told me I needed to quit working. And then in the very next sentence told me that I was wheelchair bound. Needless to say, I left that doctor's office very devastated because I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to live out the rest of my life in a wheelchair. No chance for surgery, not that I want surgery. Back surgery is a very scary thing, but according to 3 different doctors, it is my back, the problem is irreparable. There's already been damage done, not only in my back, but also to the nerves in my left leg. And so, like, I have 2 herniated discs on the left side of my back, which caused nerve damage in my left leg. And so my left leg tends to go numb. Quite often, actually. And then I have 3 protruding discs on the right side of my back, which is also causing problems. I'm not allowed to lift anything over 5 pounds, which makes life really interesting around the house because a gallon of milk weighs 8 pounds. Anyway, after both of those doctor appointments, I went back to work and put in my notice, explained to my boss what was going on, and because it was not a work-related incident, there was nothing anybody could do about it. It was actually an incident that occurred back when I was married to my first husband. Sorry, I just happened to look out my window and see 2 military planes drive by, or fly by. It's kind of cool, actually. Anyway, I know this was kind of long, not normal for me. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be a continuation in episode number 2. So if you want to see that, please make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.